Hello and welcome back to Chess Hunters. Today we'll be seeing pawn endgames. In pawn endgames, there's an important term. It is known as opposition. Opposition basically means that two kings are an odd number of boxes away, and whichever king's move it is, that king has a disadvantage. It means that right now it is white king's turn. So the white king has a disadvantage in opposition. As the white king moves, black king again gains opposition. There are two types of opposition. First is the direct opposition when there's only one box between the two kings. The second one is distant opposition, which is more than one boxes. In a distant opposition, it can easily be converted into direct opposition as shown here. Now that we know this term, we can start with the pawn endgame. In the pawn endgame, right now we can see that it is black's move and white has opposition. White has gained opposition, hence black is losing. So black has to move. If black has the opposition in the simple pawn endgame, it means that black can draw. But if white has opposition, white can win. So white has the advantage here. White simply tries to make it into a horizontal opposition as shown here. Now it makes it easy for the white player to promote his pawn. Now he simply comes in front. Now black cannot gain opposition by moving his king in front as this pawn is defending that square. Again, the king is forced out of the file. Now the pawn rushes in to promote, but black king cannot stop it. The second situation is when the black king has opposition. Now if white moves, the black king again gains opposition. No matter what white can do, the black king will never lose opposition. So the white king impatiently rushes with this pawn. Still, it is still a draw, as in this position the white king has two options. He can either come to one of these squares where he loses the pawn and it is draw due to insufficient material, or he can come here to save the pawn, but then it is draw due to stalemate. Like in the earlier games, when I explained you about stalemate, the queen endgame, stalemate is when the king cannot move. When any of the black's pieces or the player's pieces cannot move, but it is that player's move, then it is basically a draw or stalemate. Now that you know the pawn endgame, you can try this in any of your games. Now, the next important term is the pawn breakthrough. It simply means that you break through the pawn structure. Now, try to pause the video and find a solution for the pawn breakthrough. Have you found it? Black, it is black to move. So, black simply plays g3. Now, for the first example, we'll see what happens if he takes to the h pawn. Then, he plays f3, again sacrificing another pawn. But when white takes it, the other pawn goes through. This is how black broke through the pawn structure to create a small hole for one of his pawns to promote. The same thing can be achieved if he takes with the f pawn. This time he moves the h pawn in front, forces him to take the pawn, then promotes. This is a simple pawn breakthrough. There are way more advanced pawn breakthroughs we'll be seeing in future videos.
If you find this video interesting and useful, please do subscribe to our channel and keep playing chess and have fun.